Good day, ma'am. So, I'm Nilboy Perez. I will discuss the classification of accidents according to severity. So, first one is property damage accident. So, this type of accident involves damage to property but not physical injuries. The damage can occur to vehicles, building, fences, or other structures. Example, a driver accidentally backs their car into a parked vehicle, causing a dent in the bumper. No one is injured but both cars need repair. So, number 2, slight property damage accident. This is similar to a property damage accident, but the extent of the damage is minor or limited. It might involve cosmetic damage or small repair that does not impact the functionality of the property. Example, motorcyclist scrapes the side mirror of a parked car while driving slowly. The mirror is scratched but still functional, and there is no other noticeable damage to the vehicle. Number 3, non-fatal injury accident. Initia is this refers to an accident where one or more people are injured. Kaya na itong kuan da property dan kuan di waray tao na ya injured ko man. Sa non-fatal injury is may people na ya injured, but the injuries are not life-threatening. Kibali dili siya na makapatay. The injuries may require medical attention, but they are not severe enough to be fatal. Example, a pedestrian is struck by a bicycle while crossing a sidewalk. They suffer a sprained ankle but are able to walk with assistance. The injury is treated at the hospital and the person fully recovers. So number 4 is less serious injury accident. In this case, the injury is more severe than a non-fatal injury, but it still doesn't result in permanent disability or death. Less serious kibali yan, dili kibali siya gihapon makapatay pero kuan gyapon makukuha ng disability. The injured person may need extensive treatment but full recovery is possible. Makarecover gyapon sila as possible. A driver is involved in a car crash and suffers a broken arm and a few bruises. They receive medical treatment, undergo surgery to repair the arm, and after some time, they make a full recovery. Makarecover na gyapon siya on less serious injury. Adisa 5 is serious injury accident. Serious injury accident involves significant harm to a person that may cause long-term effects. These injuries could lead to permanent disability or require major medical interventions such as surgery or ongoing care. So nga sa serious injury makakuanon siya ng mga disability or mga injuries na mga lala. Example, a motorcyclist is involved in a crash resulting in multiple fractures in their leg and a head injury. The person needs emergency surgery and will require rehabilitation over several months. Number 6, fatal accident. This type of accident results in a loss of life. Bahal nga ni sa fatal accident is yung mga wala na gayud ng kinabuhi. Fatal accidents can involve a single individual or multiple people, and they typically occur in severe crashes or incidents. Example, a driver runs a red light and collides with another vehicle, causing the other vehicle to flip over. The driver of the flip car is killed at the scene, making it a fatal accident. So nga kita sa chain of events in a vehicular accident. So number 1 is perception of hazard. It is seeing, feeling, or hearing and understanding the usual or unexpected movement or condition that could be taken a sign of accident about to happen. So ini siya yaon, ito ay bali pakiramdam mo bitaw kibali instinct nimo na yaoy mahitabo sa imo na aksidente or yaoy ano pa bali yaoy mo sign kibali na bali makuang ka ng ma-accident ka kibali. So number 2 is start the evasive action. Ini siya is ang action kibali naghihimo na ni sa ka rider o motorista para makalikay sa possible na mabangga or sa ano man na mga panganib kibali. Yan siya. Ang initial contact is a very first yon movement na or yon maka accidentally touch nimo or ma-hits nimo isa ka bagay or something like or tao na makakause yanan accident. Example is you are riding a bicycle and suddenly a dog runs across the road. You try to avoid by maglikay ikaw na para di mong banggaan ido by turning the handlebar, but you lose balance and the side of your bicycle first hits. Bali pinakauna nimo ya igo is a small trash bin on the sidewalk. Mo yan gibali siya na ang tawag na initial contact. Bali niya first name mo hit is on trash. Ano yung kitawag na initial contact. So number 4 is maximum engagement. It is greatest collapse or overlap in a collision. The force between the traffic unit and the object collided with our greatest and at maximum engagement. So ini siya is it's a moment in a collision when the impact is bali yon strongest. This is when vehicles or objects involved are most crush or push or overlap. It is a peak point of the crash. Example is two cars crash head on. The moment when the fronts or of both cars are fully crushed inward the most and the impact force is strongest. Ang siyang gitawag na maximum engagement, yung kusogin niya pagka bangga. Yun. So number 5 is disengagement. It is the separation of a traffic unit in motion from an object with which it has collided. The force between the object causes at this time. Ini siya is yun. Disengagement is the moment when the vehicle separates from the object or vehicle in heat. This is when the impact or force stops because they are no longer in contact. Example is after two cars crash, one car bounces backward and the other rolls forward. The moment they stop touching each other, they have reached disengagement. Gibaliyag ko ang sila yag ang pabuwag. So number 6, stopping. This is when the traffic units involved come to rest. It usually establish the accident situation. Ini siya is yun. Example is after a car hits a tree, kiba mabungko siya sa kahoy, slides mo kuan siya ba gamay liyok siya gamay but yun maka completely na siya maka stop diba yung kahunong nadaan siya. Sa number 7, injury. It is receiving bodily harm. Yung kuan kibala siya yun pa yun person na yaka receive siya ng harm or sakit or yabunog during the accident. Example, a passenger in a motorcycle accident gets a scrapped knee and balian mo kuan siya sa iya tuhod or sa iya lima, yung magasgas, masamad. Ayan siya na amin siyang gitawag na injury. So ngayon nasab sa number 8 is other events that may occur during an accident. So letter A is point of possible perception, the place and time of which the hazard could have been perceived by a normal person. It precedes actual perception and it's the beginning of perception delay. So NCI is this is a place and time when a hazard could have been noticed by a normal person. It occurs before the actual perception, marking the start of a delay in recognizing the danger. Example is a driver sees a car coming from a side street. The point of possible perception is when the car first appears in their line of sight, but the driver hasn't yet react to it. Yan siyang kuan. And B sub is perception delay. The time from the point of possible perception to actual perception. This is the time between the point of possible perception and when the driver actually perceives the hazard. It's the gap between seeing a danger and recognizing it as one. Example is you see a pedestrian crossing the street but you're too focused on your phone. The time it takes for you to realize that you need to stop in the perception delay. Kibali yun, yan ay crossing. Makarealize ka na duuli na ba nimo na crossing na makasayod, kibali madelay nimo pag break. Ayan siya. So nga di sa letter C is point of no escape. It is that pace and time after or beyond which the accident cannot be prevented by the traffic unit under consideration. So sa C is this is the moment in time and place after which the collision of accident cannot be avoided. The situation has gotten to a point where it's possible to prevent the impact no matter what actions are taken. Example is a car runs a red light and a pedestrian steps into the crosswalk. The point of no escape is when the car is too close to the pedestrian and can no longer stop in time to avoid hitting them. Yan siya. Yun, kibali wa na mo ka latasan gibali ka daganan na makakos na mabangga na kagad wa na imo palot sanan. And nga di sa letter D is final position. It is the place and time when objects involved an accident finally come to rest without application of power. Nga ni sa D is this is an place and time when the objects such as vehicles involved in the accident come to a complete stop without further movement or power being applied. Example is after the collision, the two cars finally come to rest on the side of the road, no longer moving with their engines off. This is the final position. Pag ibali magbangga na kamo, bali pakilid niya yung motor and hindi na yan kung yung pa andaro na yung engine or bali kumbaga yan siya sa kilid or imbestigahan, bali final na yan siya na position. Na ito na ako ma'am, report ma'am. Thank you ma'am.